here. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. Thankfully, it's got a little bit quieter, so I can have time to put my finishing touches on my 2022 hurricane outlook. So watch out for that either later this week into next week, trying to get that out as soon as possible here. Got a lot to talk about in the tropics. Also, we're going to take a look at this cold snap, see how long it's going to last, especially in the Northeast here. See if any snow is forecast. I know that's a four-letter word this time of year. In addition, we're going to see if any severe weather is on the horizon, and we'll take a look at the weather beyond this weekend into next week and partially into May here. See if May is going to have a turnaround. If you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're an existing watcher, thank you for watching. And also, there are comments or question section down below. I love to read your questions or comments. And also, there's timestamps down below if you wish to skip ahead. Let's get into it. All right, can't believe I'm making a snowfall map here on April 26th, but you know, stranger things have happened. Here's the snowfall map. This is what I think is going to happen, and I'll show you what I think, what the models are showing. You know, all the major models, including the Mesoscale models. Yeah, most of the areas here downwind to Lake Erie and Lake Ontario during the day, Wednesday and Wednesday night, you'll be seeing generally an inch or less, especially in the higher elevations of the snowballed areas, and then maybe generally less than an inch outside these lake effect snow bands. So we're not looking at a major synoptic snow. This is not going to be a power outage snow, thankfully. Now, here into parts of Maine, you're going to be mostly rain on Wednesday, but Wednesday night into Thursday, things start to transition, and Thursday afternoon into Thursday night into Friday morning. This is where you could see 3 to 6 inches here. Northern part of New Hampshire here, heading on into northern Maine, and as much as 6 inch plus up here into parts of northern Maine and extreme southeastern Quebec here. So let's explain. I always like to take a look at the NAO Index here. This really tells a story of what we're going to be looking at, you know, 2, 3, 4 weeks out here. Take a look. We're NAO negative, so this pretty much is a good indicator of storminess, especially along the East Coast, colder than average temperatures. It doesn't always mean that, but this is a good indicator that a lot of stalling storms, you know, the pattern's all blocked up because storms cannot move to the northeast. And yeah, it has us going towards a neutral phase towards the middle of May here, so that'll be interesting to watch. All right, let's take a look at the big picture here, the GFS. So we've got this system along the East Coast heading on into your Wednesday, and look at that. The four-letter word is traveling right behind it here. We got some blue on the map. That is denoted by snowfall. Yep, you're getting some lake effect enhanced snowfall downwind of Lake Erie and Lake Ontario here. And as we put this into motion throughout the day, you have this low pressure up in Maine. Now watch this rain. It is gradually going to change over to wet snow here, especially across northern New England. And I'll get into the snowfall totals here. And then we're going to continue to have winds off the Great Lakes here, producing lake effect bands. So take a look at this. This kind of a stubborn, pesky low up here into northern New England. And see how it kind of retrogrades back here? This is going to be our trouble spot over the next 48 to 72 hours. So we're going to get some heavy wet snow up here in northern New England. And take a look at that. You know, we got a disturbance out here in the Central Plains as well. We'll get into some of that severe weather potential as well. Thankfully, it's not going to be that major, but take a look. That low finally starts to kick out here for your Thursday. Still dealing with snow showers up here, though, in parts of Maine. And we got this next system out in the plains. It's pretty vigorous. We're starting to get some problems out here with some severe weather. So if we get to the high-resolution Euro here, let's see what we got going on. So let's see, your Wednesday. Let's back it up there. There we go. So you got the lake enhanced snowfall here. Actually, let's zoom in here to the northeast. We'll get a better take on this snowfall. So as we head throughout the day on Wednesday, there it is, snow showers. So yeah, you're waking up to some snow showers across upstate New York, northern Pennsylvania. Still rain up here in parts of Maine. So as we head throughout the day, you start to change over to heavy wet snow up here in northern Vermont, northern New York, and then still Maine, you're in that mix, but look how it starts to accumulate up here in parts of northern Maine. So yeah, we could be looking at some accumulating snows up here throughout the day into Thursday and Friday as well. Look how stubborn it is up here. Early Friday morning, you're still dealing with snow showers up here. It does not want to let its grip off of northern Maine here. So, and if we take a look, we're right in the realm of getting into the NAM 3 kilometer here as well. Let's make sure we have the latest run. So yeah, if we take a look, you know, heading on into Wednesday night or Tuesday night into Wednesday morning here, see, you start to get some snow shower activity here, places like Binghamton, Buffalo, Erie, And there's that low pressure off the coast that's going to cause the problems up here in northern New England and Maine. Take a look at this. So yeah, we pinwheel this snowfall here into upstate New York, into northern Vermont. And you see throughout the day on Wednesday, the temperatures really start to cool pretty quickly up here in northern Maine. And it's keeping it rain up here in eastern Maine, but look at western Maine, northern Vermont, New Hampshire. You are in the thick of some snow here, so let's take a look at how much accumulation we're actually expecting here. If we take a look at the ratios. So here it is. So we take all the factors, sun angle, everything going on. So there it is, NAM 3 kilometer. That's a pretty decent accumulation up here. So yeah, off Lake Erie and Lake Ontario, you're looking at about an inch or less, especially those snowbelt areas. It's just going to be a little bit too warm down here as well. But you get up here into northern New England and take a look what you have going on. Northern Vermont, New Hampshire here into Maine. Yeah, we could be looking at a widespread anywhere from 3 to 6 inches up here, so watch out for that. And let's see, what is actually going on with the euro here? Well, the euro is pretty similar to the NAM 3 kilometer here. As you can see, we're putting about 3 to 6 inches, even higher totals up here in parts of northern Maine. You're getting upwards of close to 12 inches in some of these higher elevations. So looking pretty interesting, an inch or less here off Lake Erie and Lake Ontario. And if we take a look at the GFS, it was most persistent up in Maine. So let's actually see, if we take a look at the latest run here. There it is. Wow. Yeah, I'm not so sure. You know, I'm kind of doubting 18 inches here in northern Maine, and that's beyond like 28 inches up here or right over the border. I think this is a little bit overdone, but I would not be surprised if some isolated locations get upwards of over 6 inches, probably closer to 8, 9, maybe 10 inches. Would not be out of the question here. So looking interesting and pretty bullish here off Lake Erie and Lake Ontario too, an inch or two with the GFS. All right, let's take a look at the CFS model. This will take us out medium and beyond, medium range. But we're also going to start from the very beginning here. Take a look at this. So there's that big trough here across the northeast that's going to bring that snowfall to parts of northern New York and New England. That's kicking across here Wednesday into Thursday, and that just strengthens here off the coast. As you get this major blocking going on here in Greenland, and as you see out west here, we're starting to have this breakdown as well. We get a temporary ridge out here towards the weekend and into the Great Lakes and northeast. Look at that. We finally kicked this out. This has an exit pattern here, but look at this behind it. After the weekend, we start to kick out this trough to the northeast, and as we head throughout next week, this trough in the midsection is going to push that severe weather here throughout parts of the south. We have this big ridge out west, but watch what happens. This is Thursday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Take a look what starts to happen here across the eastern part of the country. Friday, May 6th. This is pretty big. This is not what you want to see starting off your first week of May here, and look at that. That is some... We'll have to see what happens here, because that's really bad news right there. And you have one on the west coast as well, so things are really going to start to get active on both coasts. And look at that, right in the middle, things just look pretty dandy. They look pretty warm, pretty quiet, and look at that out west. Really the whole bottom is just falling out there. As we head throughout mid-May, take a look at this. We start to finally ridge it here across the east, but you're dealing with one heck of a trough, and this could spark some really severe thunderstorms here in the Mississippi Valley. We want to watch out for that. This is a big trough that really gets caught up here in the northern Rockies, and it just kind of gets cut off here, gets stuck here in the desert southwest. Look at that. So as we head throughout the rest of May here, that's some interesting news here for the East Coast. Take a look at that, and that ridge finally breaks down, and look what starts to form here right around Sunday, May 22nd. Yep, another major trough here along the East Coast. So we're going to be dealing with a really rapidly tense pattern here. Don't get used to any one weather pattern here. All right, so take a look at your severe weather outlook here put out by the SPC. We have a problem heading on into Wednesday here. Take a look at this. It's not going to be a major widespread outbreak. It's that low pressure system that's coming out of the Rockies here. So we have a marginal risk in western Kansas down to the panhandle of Texas here. We want to watch out for, it's not going to be a tornado here, less than 2% that thankfully. Hail about 5% here, and wind. So yeah, it's not going to be widespread. But if we head on to the day on Thursday here, So, yeah, it's not looking like that big of an outbreak. That's some really good news here. Things are a little bit quieter, but you still want to watch out here west of Oklahoma City here during the day on Thursday. And as we head up into the probability, here's where things start to get a little interesting. When you see yellow here shaded on a probability day 4, yeah, we're going to start to have some problems out here as this low pressure starts to get wound up. All right, let's take a look at severe weather parameters here. So we had throughout the day on Wednesday here, definitely nothing going on throughout the plains. We get some areas of cellular nature thunderstorms here. Some of these could be a little strong here later in the day on Wednesday. You see some of these stronger cells, but this is not going to be a widespread outbreak by any means or stretch of the imagination here. So you got to watch some of these cells dropping here into the panhandle of Texas here early Thursday morning. But as you can see, for the most part, we have pretty clear conditions heading on into early Thursday here. We have some cells further east here we'll have to watch throughout the day. And yeah, it's another round here late Thursday evening into Thursday night here. Some of these cells could contain damaging winds and large hail, but for the most part, not looking at anything major. If we take a look at any of the severe weather parameters here, let's take a look at the Cape here initially. This is not going to be anything to write home about. You are going to break 1,000 here during the day on Wednesday into Wednesday night here, but yeah, this is not going to be like widespread. Now, this is a pretty good amount of Cape here and heading on into Thursday. This is where we start to get 2,000, 2,500, but we just don't have these significant dynamics here. Look at that, breaking 3,000 there in Kansas. So you don't have all these triggers and massive, low pressure kicking in here from the west to really promote some of these damaging thunderstorms. As you can see, tornadoes are really not going to be a thing here. Significant tornado parameter, we really don't break anywhere close to we get pretty close to 1 in some of these areas. This is later Thursday, but definitely not there. All right, so another interesting part of the data pattern here is going to be heading on through the first week of May. Yeah, you're going to warm up here in parts of the east, but oh, wow, look at that. Yeah, definitely really warm. It's been well above average down along the southern states here, and it's going to continue. But watch this. If you're living in the northeast, this is what's going to happen days 8 through 14, heading on into the second week of May. This is going to pivot and pinwheel across the Great Lakes, and these below average temperatures, you're going to want to watch out for this, especially later on into May here. As we head to 6 to 10-day precipitation through the first week of May, definitely watch out. Look at this. A large part of the country is well above average, but look at this, particularly here in parts of the Midwest, upper Mississippi and Ohio River valleys here. And if we head throughout day 8 through 14, that shifts across the northern plains and the Rockies here. All right, so on the high resolution Euro, let's head throughout beyond the weekend into next week. So yeah, you start to see this shift. Warm front pushing across the Ohio Valley. Strong thunderstorms. Look at this. Some of these could be pretty strong across the Ohio Valley. We'll watch out for that, but look at that. We head into next week, and yeah, usually a quiet week is followed by a really active week, and that's going to be a problem here in parts of the middle and southern plain states here as this vigorous system kicks. And look at out west here. I'm going to show you the upper level pattern. Things are really going to start to break down out west initially here through the first part of May. And look at this. We have a low pressure system riding across the Ohio River Valley. More rain here for the northeast as we head throughout May 4th here. And wow, back that up a frame. Look at this system here across the northern plains. We're going to continue to see, and that looks like one heck of a severe weather outbreak here. This is Wednesday, May 4th. So we're going to really kick off May with a bang here. Look at that. That is a tremendous amount of severe weather, and that's where we end it here. Extended outlook for my hometown viewers, Binghamton to Scranton, upper Susquehanna region of upstate New York into northeast Pennsylvania, and all points in between. Take a look at this Wednesday through Sunday. Yeah, things are going to get better here, so they're going to get worse before they get better. We're going to have to deal with some lake effect snow showers mixed with rain showers on Wednesday. It will be turning windier, especially later in the day. We'll struggle to reach 44 degrees. It will be mostly cloudy skies as well, but thankfully we'll keep that under an inch of snow. Definitely really no accumulation to speak of. If you are above 1,400 feet, though, you might have to worry about a half an inch. But Thursday, take a look at this. We get blusterier and a little bit warmer. Winds are really going to be kicking up, though. 48 degrees as that low pressure moves out over Maine. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, look at this. Yeah, we're going to have to deal with overnight lows in the 20s. That's a real bummer there. But take a look. We start to warm it towards 60 by Saturday and 67 by Sunday. As always, I want to thank you for joining me for this edition of Weather Eastern. Don't forget to like me on Facebook and Media Mark. You can catch all my latest updates in between these videos. Also, Weather Northeastern. You can also visit my page for hurricane season, Hurricane Northeastern, and Twitter at Weather Eastern. MediaMark.com, WeatherNortheastern.com. Don't forget to smash that like button, subscribe, question or comment down below. I love to read your questions or comments.